Get it. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Bigbabyjonathan here. Welcome to the latest edition of the Bigbabyjonathan Sports Podcast. On the line right now, I got Gerald, Lakers, Fast Break. How's it going, man? Hope all is well with you and the family. Welcome to the show, man.
I'm excited, my friend, because basketball is here. The scrimmages are taking place. The Lakers are taking place tomorrow as we speak. And I'm just so excited because actual NBA basketball is right around the corner.
Yes, it is right around the corner. And speaking of Laker basketball, they have their first exhibition game tomorrow versus Dallas. So, Gerald, tell us a little bit about the expectations for tomorrow's exhibition game.
I don't really have much, obviously, for the starters or anybody, the regulars. And they're just there just to warm up, just to get you back into the rhythm, get back into a flow. What I really want to see is how much Frank Vogel is going to test some of the players coming off the bench, the Alex Carusos, the Dion Waiters, the Quinn Cooks. I want to see, with Rajon Rondo out and Avery Bradley not here, I want to see what he's going to do as far as giving them more time and more experience with the ball in this situation of playing the offense. Obviously, with Quinn Cook and Dion Waiters and Alex Caruso, they've played so many years. It's not about experience as far as playing basketball is concerned, but getting in the flow of the offense, because they're now expected to pick up a certain role that the other players on the Lakers are just going to go ahead and have, now that you have the situation where Rajon Rondo's out 6 to 8 weeks, and then, of course, you have Avery Bradley not there. So now there has to be more emphasis on other players picking up the slack as far as playmaking and ball handling.
Yeah, most definitely, man. It's like you said, just going to be an exhibition game. I'm excited for it because I haven't watched Laker basketball since we lost to Brooklyn. That's the last time that I watched basketball live on TV. So it's going to be exciting. But today, NBA is back. Denver played, Clippers played, and I was actually watching both of those games, and the vibe from it feels like a European, like, you know when the teams go to Europe and then they play overseas and they have that, just has that vibe to it. Just has the vibe. But also, I did see something that the players are not sitting next to each other. They have to sit like 2 rows down.
6 feet apart.
Yeah, 6 feet apart. So it's crazy. I'm excited. Basketball's back, and everything's going well. Lakers are here to stay, and I'm just excited, really excited. So let me ask you this, Gerald. If the Lakers do win the championship this year, would that be the best championship that they ever won in their history?
Well, the best number that you have out there is 0. Because of all the people at the Orlando bubble, 0 out of 346 tested positive. So 0 is the best number that you can have in that situation. But for me right now, thank you. You got some fans right there.
Yep. LJ is always a supporter of my channel. Appreciate you. Keep supporting the channel. We got more comments in here. We got Eric. How you doing, Eric? Appreciate you joining live. And Cody. What up, Cody? How's it going? So,
well, look, you're a popular man. Obviously, you got a great show, and everything's going well for you on there.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now, when it comes to the Lakers, my expectations are what LeBron's expectations are. As he doesn't care who is there, who is not there, but just whoever can be there, he's going to take all the way to a championship. So if he has that expectation, I have that expectation as well. I mean, when you have the 1-2 punch of him and Anthony Davis, all you need is enough support around them to go ahead, and they will go and they'll do it. They'll go ahead and take it all the way because of the fact that they have those two heading up. They have those 2 players just doing so many great things. AD playing like the defensive player of the year. LeBron playing like an MVP, leading the league in assists. I mean, I can throw all the numbers out there, the plus minuses, the analysis, the analytics, and all that. But when it comes right down to it, in a matchup, in the playoffs where matchups are key, they're really going to be tough to stop. And again, it's just about those supporting characters, the Kyle Kuzmas, the Quinn Cooks, the Danny Greens, the Alex Carusos. Are you going to have enough from them as supporting players to go ahead and get the job done? I think they will, and I think they will get the job done.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. We got the supporting cast. We got to do it. LeBron. Every time LeBron is in the playoffs, his team steps up big. The role players step up. So I expect Caruso to step up. I expect J.R. Smith to step up. And J.R. Smith when LeBron throws him the ball, shoots 45% from three, and J.R. Smith has lost a lot of weight. He's in shape. So this whole team is motivated to get this done. That's the common goal. Get number 17, man. Number 17 is the key. Because here's the thing. If let's say we don't win it, it's going to be a complete failure. And a lot of Laker fans will go, we at least made the playoffs. Not for me. Nope, it's going to be a complete failure. As a fan.
Because it is for LeBron. If it's for
yeah.
LeBron, then it's going to be for the rest of us as well, because
yeah.
the expectations when you have 16 world championships already in the bag, and you've got Boston still right there at number 17 looking down at you, that's not cool. I cannot stand that. It burns at me every single day that they're one ahead of us. This is our chance and opportunity, because you know what? You never know what's going to happen next year.
Yeah.
Golden State can get all healthy, and they can play a major factor. Something can happen to, hopefully not, but keep your fingers crossed, knock on wood, something happens to LeBron. Something happens to AD. That you never know what's going to happen in the future. No matter who you get in the offseason, no matter who you draft or who you trade for. Right now, you have a chance as one of the top 3 teams right now that people are picking for all the way. You need to go ahead and be able to take that opportunity while you have it, because you never know when you're going to get it again.
Yeah, most definitely. And I feel like this is the perfect opportunity. Lakers have a talented team. We got AD, LeBron, and I want to see AD dominate, because he's the best big man in the league, in my opinion. Best skilled big man. Actually,
absolutely.
Not a big man. He's a power forward to me. Excuse me. Power forward, man. He's best power forward in the game.
He wants to play power forward.
Yeah.
But his best position is at the 5.
Yep.
Analytically speaking, you look at the numbers, and the 30 to 40% of touches that he gets playing at the number 5 spot is probably in the best interest of the Lakers. But I understand he doesn't like the pounding. He doesn't like the constant banging and whatnot. Because as you know, he gets all those nicks. He gets all those little injuries. Week here, week there, couple games here, couple games there. You know what? I understand it breaks him down. So obviously Frank Vogel has to do what he can, especially with Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, to try and supplement that as best you can, as far as to keep him away from playing 5. But when it comes right down to it, and they're playing the Clippers, or they're playing the Nuggets, or they're playing the Rockets, or they're playing anybody else in the Western or Eastern Conference for the finals, who are you going to have there in crunch time at the 5 spot? You're going to have Anthony Davis, because you really are. You can pick LeBron as your point guard, AD is your 5, and you build any other 3 around them, and you really got the best chance you can for winning a championship.
Yeah, most definitely, man. AD, if AD plays the 5 and dominates, let's run it, But AD's mindset, to me, I feel like it needs to be on defensive end, because he switches all 5. He could switch, length, block shots, run the floor. I'm telling you, this Laker team's hungry. They hear the noise that the media talks about them, And I want the Lakers to prove everybody wrong, because today the Clippers won their preseason game, and Skip Bayless tweeted that it's over for the Lakers. They have no chance just because of the preseason game. It's like, that's why I can't stand the media sometimes, man. What about you? Can you stand the media?
It depends on which media. I wouldn't put.
Skip Bayless.
Yeah, let's not go there. It depends on which media. As someone who has a journalism degree, I cannot lump in the entire media as a whole. But there are segments of the sports media.
Yeah,
it's hard to take, and the talking heads are paid millions of dollars to be talking heads. Just that.
True.
But there are other good reporters out there who do an honest and solid job of reporting. But yes, there are certain individuals like the Skip Baylesses, the Shannon Sharps, the Stephen A. Smiths, the individuals that just love to go ahead and talk the talk, because that's what they're paid to do. Even if it's the most abstract thing that they don't even believe saying it. They just got to say it just because it's opposite and contrarian to what everybody else says. The Clippers have a very good team, but I don't think that, again, in a 7-game series that they're going to be able to match up with AD and LeBron, because I think that is just too much for them. But again, even if the Lakers do or do not win on the 30th, if the Clippers win or do not win on the 30th, I don't think that's really going to be a telling sign for the playoffs. It's what we see in the playoffs going forward is who I think is going to go ahead and win, because this is probably going to be the biggest challenge for any team ever in the NBA to go ahead and win this championship, because there's been no other circumstances like this. There's no home team. There's no road team. There's no crowd giving you momentum. There's no crowd actually getting you out of a game. You're all on your own with you and your teammates, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be something where whoever wins, which is going to be the Lakers, it's going to be their best ever championship, especially after such. You and I spoke. I told you about that. This year has been so many peaks and valleys, starting with China and continuing from there. It's been so many. Obviously the death of Kobe and so many other highs and lows that they've experienced. This has been a season unlike any other. And I think the Lakers, if they win, or excuse me, when they win, this will be probably their best championship ever.
Yeah, I totally agree with you 100%, man. This will be the best Laker championship in history because the whole, like you said, Kobe passing, the pandemic, and all other stuff around the world.
But you don't want to take much about it. You don't want to take too much into exhibition games.
Yeah.
Or even the regular season games, because you know how the Clippers, they love to go ahead and load manage. And with the Lakers, they've got a 5.5 game lead. And it's not like they have to play for the number one spot overall because there is no road or home team. So it really doesn't matter anymore. So all you want to do is stay number one in the West. And they've got such a large lead, I don't see them losing it.
Like you're right, man. Those 8 regular season games, they're going to somewhat matter. But here's the thing. I remember a couple years ago when LeBron was on Cleveland. It was Cleveland when Toronto beat Cleveland in the regular season like 3-1, swept them in the playoffs. So regular season doesn't really matter if you get swept.
You're just working at this point in time. You're just working on consistency.
Yep, consistency.
And also these players coming off the bench. Who do you think is going to make a major contribution? And the 8 regular season games, I think, will help you decide, if you're Frank Vogel, who is going to be that those contributors. Because you're not going to usually when you get into the playoffs, you're only going to have. You normally have like a 10, 11-man roster that's playing regularly. Now you cut that down usually to 8 or 9. And who are going to be those 8 or 9 players that are going to play for you during the course of the playoff game that you have regularly scheduled. So that's what I want to know. That's what I want to see. And that's what we're going to see in those regular season games. And also these scrimmages, who is going to be coming off the bench, who are going to be these contributors that are going to earn the minutes. They're going to go ahead and help us win a championship.
Yeah, man, 100%. And Frank Vogel was talking about during press conference a couple of days ago that Kuzma is really shining in practice and playing defense and dominating. So hopefully that can translate into exhibition in those 8 games and the rest of the way. Because if Kuzma's on his game, which I think he can be on his game, but there's times he's in and out. 1 minute 18 points, 20 points, next minute 5. But if he has a consistent execution on offensive end and defense, this Laker team is going to be really hard to beat. If Kuzma steps up big time, he needs to step up big time.
He does, and he has during this season. I mean, the last 2 years, as much as we have been in love with Kuzma, especially that first year where he was doing so awesome. Second year was like he was a little bit shot heavy, and his defense has always been atrocious. This year, he has just applied himself. The Lakers staff, Frank Vogel, and the entire coaching staff have just given him an ultimatum. You play defense or you don't play. And the way he has really reshaped himself to be – no, he's not going to get on an all-defensive team, but he's competitive on defense, and he's actually stopping players, and he's challenging them, and he's taking up that challenge. I remember earlier this year against Houston, he took up the challenge to go ahead and guard Russell Westbrook, and he played very well against him. We are seeing now a Kuzma that is more well-rounded, just has to go ahead and be more consistent like he once was in his first year. If he can find that, even for a stretch of 20 games or so, where he can become that third option, my gosh, that makes everything so much easier for the Lakers.
Yep, so much easier, man. I'm just excited for what's to come tomorrow. I know, like you said earlier in the show, it's exhibition, but I just want to see for tomorrow, the 3 things I want to see for tomorrow. Just get back to Laker basketball, play defense, and I know there's going to be a lot of turnovers, and if we struggle and lose, I'm not going to trip. Even if we lose, if we go 0-3 and then go into the 8 regular season games and we lose like 2 in a row, 3, I'm not going to be worried because you got to get the conditioning. Lakers got to get back in the conditioning, which I think they will. You know what I mean?
I don't want to play LeBron or AD heavy minutes.
Same.
So if you don't play them heavy minutes, there is a good chance that they might not win the game.
Yeah, true, but it's exhibition, so I feel like Frank Vogel's going to only play like LeBron and AD probably like 20 minutes,
Yeah, I mean, that's what I see as well.
Yeah, and then also, too, our rookie from that we picked up in the draft, Horton Tucker. Frank Vogel and the Lakers players are raving about him. He's lost weight, got in shape, but his ball handling skills up, so he may be a talented point guard that might play for us during this stretch.
Well, we'll see. THT has virtually no NBA experience. He's only played in the G League. He's got to find himself. Still got some holes in his game especially around where his shooting is, but he does have some talent. He's very young, and there is a future there with him. So I'd like to see if he can get some time and play. But also Dion Waiters, J.R. Smith, you got to see what they can go ahead and do for the Lakers. Markieff Morris, once he gets acclimated, I know he just got down there to Orlando, so it's going to take him some time to go ahead and get acclimated. But he wasn't really into what the Lakers were doing. And I'll tell you what, it's just something that I think that people need to go ahead and be patient with. But I think over the course of the 8 regular season games, you're going to find a rotation that everybody's going to be able to go ahead and appreciate.
Yeah, 100%. Morris is going to come back, play that defense, that grit, that grind, and shoot that perimeter jumper. And he's going to be a big part of our defense, too. And even like Jarrett Dudley's going to probably get minutes, too. Because I remember before the Orlando bubble started, Frank Vogel was talking about they may need everybody to contribute for the championship. Everybody on the roster. So we may see Kumpo's brother play. We may see Quinn Cook play a lot more. So I'm just excited for the season, man. Like, it's been too long. It's been too long. I'm excited, and people think I'm crazy for saying this, but I'm still angry about losing to Brooklyn. I know we lost by 2 points, but I'm still angry about it. I just want to win.
That was very flat. The Lakers played very flat, obviously coming off that high, emotional high of beating both Milwaukee and the Clippers back to back. And it just, when I was watching that game, it was very flat, and that's something that I think emotionally that they were very let down at. But again, you're playing in a different scenario. You're not playing with a home as a home team. You're not playing as a road team. You're not playing in front of a big audience. You're not playing at the Staples Center. You're playing in front of your own your teammates. That's all you have there to support you. There shouldn't be any kind of real ups and downs. Just basically motivate yourself. And I see no one better out there to motivate themselves than LeBron James.
Yeah, LeBron's a great leader. He's going to motivate them. Anywhere he goes, they win. And here's the thing. LeBron's on a mission. He's been in the gym early, leaving late. He's taking everything seriously. He's just staying quiet, being in the gym. And that's the thing I'm talking about, LeBron. Do what Kobe do. Get in the gym every day. Be behind the scenes. I love it, man. LeBron's on the mission, and he hears the noise. He hears it. I know he doesn't like to go back at people that criticize him and stuff, but he hears it. He takes it as fuel. Even the team takes it as fuel sometimes. I really feel like I know a lot of players say they don't watch the Sports Center, ESPN, and NBA TV. They do. They probably use that as motivation. Tell the team, hey, NBA TV is saying we're not going to win a championship. They don't think we have enough talent. They probably use it as motivation. So this Laker team is going to be dominant. I'm telling you guys right now, watching me on my live stream, Lakers going to be a team that people need to watch out for big time, And everybody's talking about, Lakers might not be able to beat Portland because of Rondo. Because Channing Frye said that, the Portland can beat the Lakers in the 7-game series. And no, we got LeBron, AD. Just because they have Damian Lillard, trap him, make him be a big point guard. So Channing Frye, come on now. Don't disrespect the Lakers like that. Give them respect.
Well, if you're basing anything off of Rondo not being in the lineup, you really need to get your head checked, because I think you've been missing the past 2 years analytically. And I don't want to sit here and bash Rondo.
Yeah,
there was that period of time earlier this year when he came back from injury and he was shooting above 3-pointers above anybody else in the league. But then that dropped off like a cliff. So let's get out of that 15. Outside of that 15-game scenario, you have almost 2 full seasons of him analytically being one of the worst guards in the NBA on both a defensive and offensive end. I mean, he's there because of his reputation and who he was. And he was there based off, he's playing in the lineup with LeBron. He's playing in the lineup and getting minutes because Frank Vogel feels comfortable with him as a ball handler, as someone who can go ahead and distribute on the offense. But as you and I both see, I mean, there's sometimes when he's ready to, when the ball goes back to him and the ball comes around back to him, you see him, there's a parking lot full of, just empty space for him to go ahead and shoot, because people are just begging him to shoot because they realize he does not have consistent confidence in his 3-point game. He never was able to develop that as well as he should. Then on the defensive side, you just don't see him following the guards. I remember one play in particular earlier this year where he was chasing around some screens and he just stopped because he was too tired to go ahead and, I guess, continue following whoever the man was. So he told Kuzma to go after him, and Kuzma gave him this look like, really? And the guy just...
I actually remember that play.
Yeah, he's just not... He's not the Rondo that everybody expects him to be. And all I'm hearing now is, my gosh, are we going to be out 2 weeks of playoff Rondo? Well, that's the only way I think he's going to be able to go ahead and make a major contribution if playoff Rondo suddenly lives and suddenly comes back to life. I think he will get time once he comes back from injury. I think he will get back into the lineup somewhat. Whether or not it's going to be advantageous for the Lakers, we're going to have to wait and see. But analytically, if you're looking at on paper in black and white for the past few years, he has been one of the worst guards in the NBA. And it speaks for itself.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And that's the thing, too. Here's the thing that it's going to be interesting, too. What if Caruso, well, he probably will, get hot, dominating, energetic, and what if Alex Caruso is riding high in the playoffs and then Rondo comes back? Does Frank Vogel say, Caruso come out, Rondo in? Like, I'm interested to see what's going to happen on that front. The rotation when Rondo comes back.
Well, Caruso has been playing at such a great level, but the only thing that is his detriment right now is his shooting. The only time he actually found a consistently good shooting from the outside was last year in that 25-game stretch where he was trying basically an audition for this year. And, he brings you everything else as far as intangibles. It does such a great job on the defensive end. It hustles and does everything great, but I don't want to give him too many minutes because too many minutes when you're talking about him at 30 minutes right there, then you start to see some of his flaws come about. I love it when he's in there for 20 to 25 minutes because I really think that's like a nice area to go ahead and keep him in that realm. So I think, I think that, and like Daniel Artest is saying, he is unproven. I think he can go ahead and give you quality minutes, but just don't give him too much because, again, it gets to a point where some things start to show and some flaws start to show in his game that he needs to develop. But if he can consistently shoot well in the playoffs, then there's no way you take him out over Rondo. That's the thing. It all depends on his shooting. I think he's going to go as far as the shooting will take him. Yeah.
Daniel Artest. You're right. He's unproven, and he has to prove it in the playoffs. I agree 100%. Until you prove it, he's unproven right now, so we just gotta wait and see there. And let me see here. We got some questions. Can't wait. Deion Waiters gonna turn up too, man. Deion Waiters, and he can play defense, bring up the ball too. He's gonna play that physical defense that we need.
And he's 28 years old. He's not like J.R. Smith, where he hasn't played in 2 years and he's 34 years old. He is 28 years old. He's in the prime of should be in the prime of his career. He's only played 3 games this year in the NBA, but he is still very much, like I said, somebody that should be able to go ahead and get in shape very quickly and be able to go ahead and perform at a high level. I'm hopeful that he'll be able to integrate himself into the team and system and be a big contributor going forward.
Yeah, 100%, man. But Gerald, just want to thank you for coming on the Big Baby Jonathan Sports Podcast. Go ahead and give out your social media, man, so they can follow you on all platforms.
I appreciate it. And once again, it's Gerald Glasser for the Lakers Fast Break. If you get a chance, check out our shows at Lakers Fast Break on Twitter, LakersFastBreak@yahoo.com, or I'm also part of the Lakerholics.com experience. That's a great place to go for all Lakers fans is Lakerholics.com. And, of course, check out our Lakers Fast Break, like your shows, available everywhere you get your podcasts.
Follow me on Twitter, everybody, Big Baby Jonathan. Instagram, BigBabyJonathan_. Subscribe to my channel, Big Baby Jonathan Sports Podcast. Thank you so much for coming on, man. We'll talk soon, man.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.